All right, top of the hour here, 3 o'clock, December 6th, 2023. Ball knowers on WIUR alongside Luke Dolan.
I was just having a battle with a wire just now.
And I am Cameron Woolley. So, plain and simple, today's episode just going to be Soto. That's the big story right now. Obviously, the New York Yankees in deep talks with the San Diego Padres to acquire Juan Soto, who is no secret at this point. I mean, nothing's been kept a secret about that trade, but no secret, one of the best hitters on the planet. Anybody who gets him, their team instantly becomes so much better. But as of right now, all we're really keeping track of is the story. It's the thing that is developing right now, and we'll try and keep you guys posted the best we can.
It might push during the show.
Especially because my Twitter is not responding right now, but it seems like the deal's just kind of done now at this point.
I'm hoping for chaos.
I mean, obviously, you're hoping for CAD. You're hoping that somehow falls through, a Correa situation comes up. But more likely than not, the trade's going to go through. And this is coming from someone who has had absolutely no faith in Brian Cashman to make big moves. But this one, I have never seen a trade be covered this widely, step by step. Step by step. Every single little moment, every single little detail has been leaked out. Which is not like the Yankees. The Yankees typically make moves out of nowhere. They typically like to keep their cards close to their chest, but they're confident about this. They need buzz. They need something that can get public opinion back on their side to get their fan base excited to watch them again. And a Juan Soto trade does exactly that. He brings...
I don't think you're going to have a problem with people watching the Yankees even before there was a Soto trade or not.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, it gives the trust back. Like, it gives the trust of the fans back to the people who are running the show.
It certainly does. But yeah, we're all just waiting for a certain Jeff Passan to tweet about it because he has not said anything.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the bam.
Mainly you're waiting for him.
We're just waiting for the bomb to drop. Everyone's saying, like, Joel Sherman of the New York Post said that if the Soto deal goes through, the expectation is that they would also receive Trent Grisham. So we've gotten every single detail of this trade.
Trent Grisham, my goodness.
Like, even down to the prospects that the Yankees would give up. They'd give up Michael King, who's a legit big leaguer. They'd give up Drew Thorpe. They'd give up Johnny Brito. I think they'd also give up Randy Vasquez. And they'd also give up Kyle Higashioka. That is from Jack Curry's mouth. Jack Curry. Now, if you want...
That's Cole's guy, isn't he?
What?
Isn't Higashioka Cole's guy? Catcher?
No, he's been... Cole won the Cy Young pitching a majority of the games not to him. Dude, Cole's actually had bad numbers with Higashioka the last couple years.
Huh.
But anyways, the deal, we're just... Honestly, at this point, we're just waiting for the confirmation that it is happening. Like, the deal has gone through. Soto is a Yankee. We're waiting for everything to sort of get ironed out. Everyone's saying, like, if a deal happens, it's like, no hypothetical trade gets talked about in depth as much as this.
Well, this was the Rangers with Patrick Kane last year.
Yeah, the worst kept secret in baseball. Actually, the worst kept secret in sports right now is that Juan Soto is going to be a Yankee.
What are some worst kept secrets that, like, of all time in sports?
Worst kept, I mean, the Patrick Kane trade last year, that was pretty bad. Like, everyone knew it was happening.
Well, this isn't really a secret. More so, in fact, Gary Bettman sucks at his job.
Yeah.
But that's we never had the discussion of Gary.
We haven't had the Gary Bettman episode. We maybe could have done the Gary Bettman episode today, but with all this baseball news, especially Yankee related, there's nothing that nothing else that we can really talk about. I mean, the Giants were on a bye week. They didn't have a game. The Giants don't play until Monday night.
Against Green Bay, who they're competing for with a playoff spot for.
We're not going down that road. We're not going down that rabbit hole.
I'm
not going to pretend.
I don't want to either. But they are 2 games out of a wild card.
I know they are technically 2 games out of a wild card spot, but the NFL 2 games is a bit more significant than MLB 2 games back.
And we're playing one of those teams that they're competing with in the Green Bay Packers.
It's not happening.
I don't think it is either.
It's not happening. Then why are you bringing it up?
Because I am an agent of chaos.
I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean, I know it would be fun to watch Tommy DeVito start a playoff game and kill it, but it's not happening. Unlike the Juan Soto Yankees trade, which is that we're just waiting like any minute now.
It's not happening at this moment.
At the moment, technically, it's not happening. But, I mean, it is so... No trade gets, like, leaked as much as this. Like, it is so... Every single detail has been leaked out.
This is exactly why I do like Jeff Passan as an insider. He doesn't say anything until it's actually done.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Jeff Passan to drop it. The thing is, yeah, Passan's law. I mean, we're waiting for that. Jack Curry. The fact that Jack Curry has been talking about this has given me a lot of confidence. If it was just Andy Martino and John Heyman talking about it, I'd be like, I'll take it with a grain of salt. But the fact that it's Jack Curry on top of other people like John Morosi, who has gotten a few big Yankee stories in the past, namely the DJ LeMahieu and Aaron Judge extensions. There's smoke here. There's a lot of smoke, and there's a gigantic wildfire.
Yeah, I don't like it when trades get like this amount of publicized before it's actually being sent through, because I don't feel optimistic about it happening then.
I think since there's so many moving parts, it might just be medicals.
Oh boy. If it's a medical issue, that would be the funniest thing ever. That would.
I know you want it to fall through. Dude, Soto's going to be a Met next year anyway, so
probably.
Or the year after next year. Like in 2025, he's going to be a Met, and for the rest of his career, he's going to be a Met.
Probably.
But that's like beside the point. It's like, I know Juan Soto's only going to be a Yankee for 1 year. They're not going to extend him.
Unless they're trying to get an extension.
If they're trying, would I prefer that the Yankees try to get an extension done? Absolutely, but I don't think it's realistic.
Getting Alex Verdugo should be a telling thing.
The Alex Verdugo is a free agent after this year anyway.
Oh, okay.
Or after next year, sorry. God. After next year, Verdugo's a free agent.
What emotions ran through when you first saw the trade?
I was immeasurably mad. Because ever since last night, I was in the library pounding away at a English paper, and this is the second year in a row I have been stuck refreshing Twitter in the library while trying to do an assignment. And last year it was the arson judge. I got the arson judge
1 year ago today.
Yeah, 1 year ago, the 1 year anniversary of the arson judge tweet. Never, the worst tweet I ever read.
First of all, it was like a spelling mistake.
It was a spelling mistake, and he got it dead wrong. Dead wrong. John Heyman lost so much credibility right there.
Yep.
Just blowing the whistle on that too early.
This is the same guy who peddles that Darren Wright should be the Mets should have been the Mets manager. So that tells me all I need to know about John Heyman. But yeah, I'm just it's just I'm like just like a little like stressed out, like well not stressed. I'm just annoyed that there's just been all this talk about Soto getting traded to the Yankees, and like legit they're leaking out all the trade details. I'm like, so why hasn't it been announced yet? Why has it not been announced? And again, it's all boiling down to we're legit. I guess we said we're legit waiting for Jeff Passan to make a tweet about it or to say something about it.
John Heyman's been the one who's been waffling about the entire thing.
That is true. Yeah.
Like he said that the Yankees are going through the medicals.
Just now.
Like yeah, like the Fireside Yankees tweeted that per John Heyman, and Fireside Yankees they don't typically blow smoke like that. They don't typically just do it for no reason.
Medicals. Wonderful. What if Trent Grisham's medicals are bad if he's supposedly also getting traded?
They can't let like a small snag like that hold up this trade. With how Yes has been talking about it, with how everyone has been talking about it, it's virtually a guarantee. Virtually, there is no way if this trade does not go through. If there is something that drops within the next like 50-something minutes, and we're going to be on here until 4, thinking about the Juan Soto trade and looking at the things that are happening and waiting for the news to drop. We are waiting here. We're waiting for this story to break, and we're going to keep you guys posted. I lost my train of thought there. Like there's stuff that is dropping like every hour, half hour or so. My phone's only on.
The Mets just traded the guy who they drafted in the first round of the Rule 5 draft at the MLB level for cash considerations. Huh.
Yeah, the Rule 5 draft was also there, but
they just traded their Rule 5 pick of Justin Slatton to the Red Sox for a left-handed pitcher, Ryan Evans, and cash considerations.
At winter meetings, these guys sort of just talk just to make deals for no reason. It's like, okay, I like this guy. I like this guy on your team. You like this guy on my team. We don't like either of the guys we're getting rid of. So it's just, I'll help you. You help me, sort of deal. Meanwhile, with the Yankees and Padres, the negotiations were literally just like the Yankees knew it's like, we're the only ones who have what you want, and we're the only ones who are willing to give you what you want. We're the only real fit, and you're not bleeding us dry.
I mean,
initially, the Padres were apprehensive, and then all of a sudden, everyone's been sort of crawling back here, and then it's a matter of when.
It's like I would have liked the Mets to make trade for Juan Soto, but I also feel like the Mets in their best interest is to make sure they have a good farm system.
Yeah, and go after Soto in free agency, which
they can easily do. Given unless there's no extension.
I mean, yeah. Although, again, remember Scott Boras' client.
Yeah,
he is gonna go to the open market. The Yankees could offer him $1 billion, and yeah, with a B, billion.
Say like Chris Russo.
Yeah, and he would like Scott Boras would still drag him to free agency.
But speaking of extensions, he said earlier that he's all ears on an extension for Pete Alonso.
Again, Boras client.
But I
think, he is going to free agency. You are just gonna have to deal with that.
I mean, yeah, I know, but he also it's in his best interest to be good to Steve Cohen after what happened with Carlos Correa.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'd assume.
I think they will sign Pete to an extension.
He's probably. I'm just saying, Boras client. He's probably hitting the market.
But I mean,
much as you don't want that to happen, as much as I wouldn't want that to happen for the Mets.
I think Pete wants to remain with the Mets. I mean, the Mets also extended Brandon Nimmo. He swapped to Boras as well last year.
Well, he was on the open market. That's the thing. He's not gonna. You're not gonna sign a Boras client to an extension while they're still under contract with your team. That's just not what happens. And that's because Scott Boras is very good at his job. everyone hates him.
Yeah. No, I still like.
But that means, but when you're an agent, you want everybody in your sport to hate you.
Basically, yeah.
You want every GM to be like, oh God, this guy. Because they're tough.
That's their job.
They're tough, and they're going to squeeze you for everything you have. You're going to end up overpaying. Because there's always one team that folds. Scott Boras only has the best.
What if Juan Soto doesn't get traded and you guys pivot to Cody Bellinger?
That would maybe kill me. That would genuinely kill me. And it would probably produce the most profane rant that I have ever put on my podcast.
That would be me with like
on the Cameron Woolley show back home. If Soto falls through and the Yankees sign Cody Bellinger to a big contract, I will be viscerally mad. I will be volcanic if that were to happen. It would make amazing content. Jack Dolan, I think your brother put in the comment. Trade for Clay Bellinger. God, that's a name.
Yeah.
Dude, Clay Bellinger was a solid Yankee.
He was a solid Yankee.
There were so many random outfielders on those 90s teams because they never had a solid left fielder. Sure, they had Bernie.
But he's a center fielder.
Oh yeah. Now that I think about it. They had Bernie and Paul O'Neill. Thank God, I almost forgot about Paul O'Neill. I was about to get disowned by my parents if I forgot Paul O'Neill. Shane Spencer. Oh, if you want to play the name game, I can do that.
You're gonna play name games with my brother. My brother knows all the names.
He a Yankee fan?
No, he Expos fan.
Expos fan. Oh, jeez. We talk about a rough deal.
Yeah. But apparently the Mets, Steve Cohen and David Stearns met with Yoshinobu Yamamoto in Japan last week. They met with him. They went up and met him. They met him in Japan before he comes to the US and meets with teams. So what that tells me, they are very much interested in Yoshinobu Yamamoto to a very great extent, which makes me very happy. But I swear to God, I feel like I would have the same reaction to what you would have if they signed Cody Bellinger, if they signed Blake Snell. Despite he just won the Cy Young, but that man is inconsistency to find Blake Snell.
Oh yeah, I'd steer clear of him.
I mean, that picture is that walk rate is so alarming. I want nothing to do with
Paul Dahl. I think is that your dad?
Yeah.
Hold on. Said Soto will sign an extension with an opt-out. Soto doesn't want to risk getting hurt next year before free agency. It
would be the whole like Nolan Arenado thing.
That that's an interesting idea. Although the Yankees probably don't want to make that commitment. It's like, oh, we're going to pay you extra money just for you to leave us anyway.
I mean, that's what the Rockies did to Nolan Arenado, basically.
And it doesn't matter if he gets hurt. An A-Rod thing. I mean, this is kind of like A-Rod. Like, one of the best, like the best hitter in the sport, just like getting traded to you, like to be sort of another just masher. Again, Scott Boras. We are talking about Scott Boras. All of his clients hit the open market.
Yep, always.
Like, as much as I want the Yankees to hammer on an extension with Soto, if the trade goes through, because again, anything can happen. It's not. I am like 99.999% sure that he's going to be a Yankee. And I want them to extend it, preferably the moment he gets off that super like expensive, fancy chartered private jet that the Yankees fly him out in. And I want him to sign the dotted line right there at Yankee Stadium. Done. He's here for the rest of his career. He's going into Cooperstown as a Yankee. But that's not how it's going to work. Hal Steinbrenner, he's stingy. He's willing to commit to $300 million this year. Multiple tweets have come out saying that the Yankees are willing to go $300 million on their payroll to add Soto and Yamamoto, which I think is a good idea because the Yankees championship window is closing. Judge is north of 30. Cole is north of 30. You don't know how much longer you're going to get of premium production out of those guys. You have Gleyber Torres, who's going to be on his way out soon. Who knows if
what Anthony Rizzo has left.
Yeah, who knows what Anthony Rizzo has left. Giancarlo Stanton, the guy's a ticking time bomb. He's an injury waiting to happen. This is an older team, and you have to go for broke now. Unless this entire thing is going to be a waste, and we're going to spend the rest of Judge's career just watching him chase records. Like, the entire experience of the Yankee fan, the only reason to put on Yes and watch a Yankee game and pay attention to the team is going to be to watch Judge set individual records. Like, every year it's going to be, oh, Judge is coming close to 300 home runs. Oh, Judge is coming close to 400, 500. Like, those are going to be the only moments that are going to be big for Yankee fans. Is going to be Judge chasing personal accolades.
That's going to be when Pete Alonso signs his extension with the Mets. If he signs an extension with the Mets, he's breaking like basically all the hitting records.
Oh yeah. Pete Alonso is going to retire as the greatest hitter in Met history.
Oh yeah, because he's like skyrocketing up the home run leader chart.
Oh yeah,
and he's hopefully he can stay durable like he has been for most of his career so far. But that's
another thing about him. He's been durable. I mean, look at his body. He's not really, dude. He's got a nice little dab eye. He's got a gut. That's a body that doesn't get hurt. I keep saying all the time, dude. These guys train way too hard.
He's just
Judge chasing records with no team around, just like McDavid on the other. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Aaron Judge is kind of like Connor McDavid. That's kind of like Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
Although there is no baseball player who is far and away dominant like Connor McDavid is at hockey. Because Connor McDavid, like when he's on the ice, you know for a fact, like he's out there and more likely than not, he's gonna do so. He's wreaking havoc. Like there's nobody. Although, like McDavid I don't think McDavid's touching Gretzky's records. Nobody's gonna touch Gretzky. Although Ovechkin's gonna break the goals one.
I mean, he's not really scoring right now.
Really?
He only has 5 goals this year.
No shot. Really, Ovechkin? He's finally slowing down.
It seems so. But who knows? Maybe I'll pick it up somewhat. But he's only got like 5 goals so far.
I mean, his entire playing style is literally just
now.
He's mailing it in on every other part of hockey, and he's literally just spending his time parking it at the top of the left circle, just ready to clap bomb.
Or he's just shooting, just being offensive zone threat. That's all he's doing.
No, literally just shooting.
Just shooting.
Just shooting.
Yeah, it's not like the Devils were like in a scoring fest last night in Vancouver.
Oh yeah, last night I turned the game off after the second period when it was 5-2, and I was feeling. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling kind of good. And then I stopped paying attention. Then I look back to Twitter and I see that the final was 6-5. Jesper Bratt scored with 30 seconds left. I'm like, what, dude? This is. Literally, okay, I've seen the stats. The Devils give up the second least odd man rushes per game, and they are top 10 in expected goals against per game, and they, I think, are in the 90th percentile in defensive zone time per game. is literally just the goaltending. All this team needs is adequate goaltending, and they're fine. They're even winning right now without a starting goaltender. Dude, Vitek Vanacek stinks. And I hate saying that because I like him as a guy. I think he's really cool. He's super likable. He's easy to root for. But dude, like hold on. I need to look up the Devils stats here.
I only know that the game was like full of so many goals because
Also, Jack and Luke Hughes scored against their older brother Quinn. So
I know that because of I have Thatcher Demko on my fantasy team.
Oh yeah,
it was not a good. It was not a good night for me last night.
Demko right here.
It was not a good night for me.
That was no. I would not kill to have Mackenzie Blackwood back. I do not want that guy. No.
He's been here. He's done this before.
I do not want Mackenzie Blackwood. Goaltending is not, I think, league save percentage average is like 902. Wait, here's the thing. Vitek Vanacek, dude, he has an 877. And Akira Schmid has an 891.
Oh, that is very.
Oh, yeah. So, like, obviously, the defense is going to look bad when a lot of mistakes that they make are ending up in the back of your net. Plain and simple. That's just how it. Like, obviously, the mistakes are going to look more noticeable when they end up on the score sheet. I was like, like that odd man rushes against list. The Rangers, I think, give up the second most. But you know why nobody talks about how the Rangers are giving up odd man rushes? Because their goalies actually stop them.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to call your team fraudulent. Your team is fantastic. Your team is a wagon. I'm jealous of your team. But that goes to show teams have goalies. I talk about the Steve Dangle video all the time. Whenever any fan base says that they got goalied, teams have goalies. They get paid for a reason.
That is their job.
And the reason why the Devils blow so many leads is because in momentum shifts, right? During momentum shifts, when you're being hemmed a little in the defensive zone, it's up to the goalie to sort of stifle chances like that before momentum stabilizes.
Like John Tortorella would say something like, "We could really use a save right now."
But yeah, dude, John Tortorella. I'm in the. I don't know what to think of John Tortorella as a coach.
I have opinions.
Like you're obviously he coached your team. You're obviously gonna have a lot to say about him, but
some good and some bad.
But you need a guy who can make saves. You can't let every mistake you make end up in the back of your net. You can't give your defense a tiny margin for error.
Especially a defense that's now lost Dougie Hamilton.
The Dougie Hamilton cannot play defense. That is one thing I will say. Dougie Hamilton can't play defense. And although Simon Nemec came up, he's been really good. Like he's looked sound. Like sure he's made a couple of rookie mistakes, but he's been solid. And Luke Hughes, forget it. Like you want to talk about he's already one of the best puck moving offensive defensemen in the league. Dougie can at least true. Dougie Hamilton can at least eat minutes. Well, the way I describe Dougie Hamilton is that he's a point guard.
Yeah. A really good one at that, though, too.
Yeah, dude, like the Devils' power play is not the same without Dougie Hamilton, and we're gonna see that first-ranked power play percentage, dip a little bit. I'm sure it's still gonna be good because the Hughes brothers, Nico Eischer, Jesper Bratt, Timo Meier, and I know Timo Meier's caught a little bit of shade lately, but I still think he's a good enough player to where he can, I can rely on him to at least produce. Not to mention Tyler Toffoli, who's been a perfect fit for this team. He's on pace for over 40
want
goals.
to find Conroy and ask him why he made that trade.
So yeah, I know you hate Craig Conroy for making that trade.
Yes.
But literally with the Devils, it's just the goalie.
I hope the Rangers get the same discount for Elias Lindholm. That's all I'm saying. I hope we get that same treatment.
Don't you guys need center depth though?
He's a center, Elias Lindholm.
Oh really? I could have sworn he was a winger.
No, he's a center. A good one at that. Who's having a bit of a down year a bit, which is just good because we'll be buying more. Yep, buying low on him.
I've also heard that Alexis Lafreniere has been taken off.
He has.
No, I've heard like I saw a stat sheet, like a player card of Lafreniere like playing. I'm like, oh no, like
and Gerard. Okay,
I'm like, oh,
the timely
no.
part of grilling Gerard Gallant claims that Lafreniere can't be on the right side. Man, you didn't really try. That's the first problem. You didn't know
your brother is claiming credit for changing the topic from Soto. Well, because nothing is happening on the Soto front right now.
Just like how I thought.
I was like, okay, it's like I'm seeing stuff. Okay, I refreshed Twitter. I'm looking. Okay, Jimmy Randad. A verified guy on Twitter with
verified has lost
24. Yeah, like, and he's got over 24,000 followers. But like, I don't know. Okay, per John Heyman, the Padres and Yankees are going through the medicals of the deal. So it's just the medicals. The medicals. We don't really know when it's going to be finalized, but they're saying like it should be finalized today.
Or whenever Jeff Passan wakes up.
No. Dude, Jeff Passan probably has not slept.
I don't think he does sleep.
Does Soto have a foot, though? I mean, he can't really base run that well.
I think he's referring to Correa.
Oh. Does he have a foot? I mean, I don't think Juan Soto has massive injury issues.
I think he has both of his legs.
Yeah, he has both of his legs, and I think they both work.
So there is a Scott Boras client that has legs. Good to know.
I thought Correa. I could have sworn Correa was the one who had a back problem and not a foot issue. No, his leg became an issue.
Yeah, or no, his leg was like something that stayed back from like 2014.
Yeah, from 2014, that had no impact.
But apparently, it scared the Giants and the Mets enough to not sign him officially. And yeah. Still nothing. I mean, it's gonna hit different when Jeff Passan tweets out saying there is no trade for Juan Soto happening due to medical.
That will the longer this goes without
finding the
trade.
I'm finding the season down of you, Cameron.
Yeah, dude, you've infected my brain. Although my brain has always been prone to pessimistic thoughts when it comes to sports.
He's going to stay in San Diego and then sign with the Mets next year. I'm planting the seeds of doubt in your mind right now.
Yes, you are planting the seeds of doubt in my mind. You are definitely like doing a psyop on me to make me not think that this deal is going to happen. It's like well, the thing is, we were at lunch today at noon, and I was refreshing Twitter thinking, okay, any minute.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I was in class this morning, like okay, any minute.
This is the problem when stuff like this happens, when trades get leaked out early before they're made. You start to wonder, like, okay, is it happening or not? That's what happens when this happens. And it's becoming very distracting.
I'm sure that this is.
You give up all your hopes.
What? Wait, I'm sorry. I forgot my train of. What was I saying?
You weren't saying anything.
No, but like I was. No, I was saying like this is probably how these trades normally work, but they're just not as publicized. The process isn't as publicized. So, like when you see inside the whole process here,
So who's it getting traded? Michael King.
Michael King, Drew Thorpe. Those are the two big pieces. It's like Drew Thorpe, I think, won minor league pitcher of the year. Like he's gonna be good. Michael King's also really good. Randy Vasquez and Johnny Burrito. They're solid. They have major league experience. And Jack Curry said he mentioned Kyle Higashioka, so I'm assuming he's part of the deal.
Gotta probably create a roster spot for someone.
I mean, well, Verdugo.
Mm.
Can't forget about Verdugo.
I also like the name that one of the names that the Yankees traded to get him, Richard Fitz.
We can't say that.
Can't say what we're thinking.
Yeah, we can't say that on here, but anybody who can connect the dots can, knows what we mean.
Oh yeah, and Zach Wilson is going to be starting for the Jets.
Oh no, Zach Wilson.
After reports saying that he doesn't want to start for the Jets anymore.
Oh man, dude, Zach Wilson is not built for the NFL. I feel like this is sort of a given. Everyone's like, we should have known on his draft night. You should have just taken one look at his baby face and his
Mormon. The Mormon.
Like you should have just taken
the fact that he was coming out of BYU. I'm like, how is he skyrocketing?
Okay, I got a notification from Twitter. Oh, it was Jeff Passan said that that Craig Kimbrell is signing with the Orioles. So it was something that we knew. It's like I got a notification on my phone, saw it from Twitter. I'm like, and it was like Jeff Passan, the Baltimore Orioles are signing Craig Kimbrell. I'm like,
so we can't confirm he is awake.
Yeah, Jeff Passan hasn't gotten any sleep in winter meetings. He's built different,
and he still looks good too. Even for someone who
no, dude. Jeff Passan. Well, he probably has makeup people with him, dude. He's for ESPN.
Yeah,
they got people for everything.
That's one guy I would like to meet, Jeff Passan.
I'm like, just ask him. It's like, how do you do it?
How do you
do it? It's you are so busy. You work so hard. It's like, how do you do it?
I would rather meet him than like Adam Schefter.
Like, what does Adam Schefter do? Adam Schefter's a good source.
He leaks medical information, private medical information, like JPP. He did that.
Wait, he did that when he blew his hand off?
Yep.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Kind of his job though, and that was like the major story. If I was more aware of football at that time, oh my god, dude, the woolly 4th of July party with the JPP news leaking out would have been so funny. It's like, oh, JPP blew his hand off with fireworks. Like, fantastic.
And he's still an effective pass rusher in spite of that.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I remember in 2016, I genuinely believe that the Giants could have made a run at the Super Bowl that year if JPP didn't get hurt.
Yeah. I want the Mets to sign Yamamoto. I've said that before.
He's meeting with the Yankees in the U.S. I'm assuming in New York. On Monday, I'm assuming they're going to pull out all the stops for that. I'm assuming Hideki Matsui is going to be there.
Apparently, they might be meeting. The Mets might meet with Yamamoto again before.
Like in Queens.
Yeah, they might meet with him again in Queens. Yeah.
He's in the neighborhood.
6-7 or new LARR. That goes from Grand Central. No. But that's the one guy the Mets need to sign.
Yamamoto?
Yes.
I want the Yankees to get him. Like I think this is a big moment for like the Mets franchise. Like Steve Cohen like coming in, a lot of fans were like, "Oh, this gives them the financial muscle over the Yankees." And now they're in a situation where they are going to be competing with the Yankees for a top talent who is commanding upwards of $300 million out of Japan.
That's a big
Out
crazy.
of Japan.
That is a big crazy.
He has not pitched a single game in the majors.
Was he on the World Baseball Classic team?
I think he was. Hold up.
But yeah, I think.
Will Arson Judge be traded back? No, Arson Judge is on the Giants.
No, he's invisible out there. He's a terrible signing.
The Arson Judge is on the Giants. He's not on the Yankees. Unless 3-team trade. 3-team trade with the Giants. Then we can talk about Arson Judge.
Yeah, but Arson Judge, he underperformed this year. He was a non.
He didn't play a single game. No hits. A 0 WRC. No, a negative 100 WRC plus. I think that's the lowest you can go.
He finds a way to go lower. I don't know what the Giants were thinking. Yeah. Who else? Oh yeah, the Rangers did lose last night. They to the Senators. They got Tarasenko scored 2 goals. I feel like a lot more former Rangers have been scoring a lot more recently this season. I don't know why. They've been scoring against them more in particular. So that's good. No, that we haven't lost that yet. That's a sure thing, like death and taxes.
Okay, I'm gonna try looking up Yoshi Yamamoto's.
Did you see the Islanders blew a 4-1 lead to the Sharks?
Yeah, I did. The Devils lost to them this week. Dude.
Bro, the Rangers won, but by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with that East Coast road trip, but the Sharks
are back.
Oh yeah, Tomas Hertl had a hat trick. Remember that game where Tomas Hertl scored 4 goals against the Rangers?
How could I forget? How could I forget? No, I couldn't. Yeah, that was not a good night. But I think we went to the final that year, so maybe it was good.
Oh yeah. The UI for this is awful.
God, Tomas Hertl has almost been in the NHL for a decade.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto had a 2.45 ERA in the World Baseball Classic.
I like that. I like that very much. And I still find it weird that we signed Luis Severino.
That is an odd.
I legit thought they were joking like the week before they signed him, like that they were interested in him. Like, okay, not really though, are you? And then they actually signed him. Like, wait a minute. The guy who proclaimed himself as like the worst pitcher in baseball.
Wait, who proclaimed himself?
Luis Severino apparently said he was like one of the worst. With the way he was struggling. So hopefully we don't get the worst pitcher in baseball. Because that's Max Scherzer. Got. Yeah, Matt. But there's like the pro. So I need John Heyman to shut up right now.
Oh yeah, dude, he keeps saying
talking about
the same thing. He keeps saying the same thing over and over and over and over again, saying, "Oh, the Yankees and Padres are trying to complete a Juan Soto deal today." It's like, yeah.
Tell me something else.
Yeah, really? It's like, oh, it's close. It's getting there. They're looking at medicals.
It's on the 1 yard line.
No, some guy said it was on the half yard line.
The half yard.
It's like, dude, the tush push. Run the tush push.
The half yard line. Was that an Andy Martino tweet? I'm trying to remember where that originated from. Like
somebody, some credible guy said it. It wasn't. I don't know. Was it Brendan? Cuddy?
Oh no. So wait, what time is it now? 3:44. You got the 16 more minutes.
Yeah, we have 16 minutes until my phone's only on 5% though.
I can get you a charger, but I would leave the studio.
But I don't think I have anywhere I can.
If I had known, I would have done something. I would have bought my charger in here.
It's
Besides,
fine.
I can keep you updated then.
It's fine. No, I have notifications. I have notifications on for Jack Curry and Jeff Passan. So if I feel a boop in my pocket, I'll take my phone out and.
The funniest part is that it's like from Jeff Passan. It's not the Soto trade. That's what's gonna happen. It's probably gonna be something else.
Yeah. It's like every single time my phone vibrates, it's never what I want.
Yep.
Like it's never the notification that I want.
That's like a whole topic for a different day. Like, what is like one notification you were not happy to see? Like in sports related?
I only turn on notifications when I'm like fairly confident that something is going to happen. I turned on notifications for the Garrett Cole signing. I turned on notifications for I didn't turn on notifications for Judge. I turned on notifications for Timo Meyer, the Timo Meyer trade. I turned on I rarely turn notifications on for Twitter.
I should probably turn off some of the notifications. I should. But I remember being just very upset when the Rangers traded Buchnevich. Just not being like the happiest person, even though I'm like, well, all right. But then seeing the return, I'm like, that's a little underwhelming.
The most you were Jack saying the most random notification he ever got was the NHL app randomly saying Kovalchuk retired. Oh boy. Oh. You want to talk about a bad experience for me? 9-year-old me. Oh my god, dude. I hated that guy for years.
Yeah, not much to like.
Of course, as a Ranger fan, you were probably giddy that Ilya Kovalchuk, you wouldn't have to deal with him anymore.
The Rangers, like, when they were starting to rebuild, like I think there was rumors that they might want to get Kovalchuk, which would have been weird for a rebuild.
Yeah. Especially when he was in like his mid-30s.
Yeah. Greatest Winnipeg Jet of all time.
He was an Atlanta Thrasher.
Yes. Who are the Winnipeg Jets right now?
Yeah, technically. Doesn't he technically hold the Winnipeg Jets all-time goals record?
Yes, he does. And points.
Dude, Ilya Kovalchuk, dude. Thrasher's Ilya Kovalchuk was so nice. That guy was a beast. He was a bad man.
Yep. I do remember also from the Buchnevich trade, back to what I was saying. I know that thankfully that was not the worst trade of the day. That was the Rasmus Ristolainen trade to the Flyers.
that NHL offseason was funny. Because I remember all that went down in the same day. The Rangers traded Buchnevich. The Devils signed Dougie Hamilton. The Rangers signed Barclay Goodrow.
I don't know if that was the same day.
It was same
week
span of days. Same week. So nice that the Thrashers got. Oh yeah, that Rangers series, the Rangers Thrashers playoff series, the only time that the Thrashers were ever in the playoffs.
Sweeps.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just still bewildered by the Rasmus Ristolainen trade to the Flyers when they made it, and that was the moment where I'm like, if Chuck Fletcher can be a GM, I'm overqualified.
Oh yeah. Oh, Chuck Fletcher. I miss Chuck Fletcher.
I miss
Chuck Fletcher so much.
He was like taking Milbury's title. Mike Milbury's title of like one of the worst GMs.
God, dude, we were blessed with the Islanders having 20 years of Mike Milbury and Garth Snow. Dude, that was bad.
I don't think it was a good thing personally. But now they got geriatric Lou Lamoriello.
Lou Lamoriello cooked for a little while there. With those conference final teams, dude, he looked smart.
Yeah, but then he gave Zach Parise and Carl Clutterbuck extensions.
Yeah.
Carl Clutterbuck has been like perpetually 35 for his whole career in my mind.
But yeah,
Like,
Cal Clutterbuck has always been old
like,
to me.
Even when he was probably not old, he was old.
Also, what was the other guy that they signed to a super long
extension? Scott Mayfield, 7-year contract.
Yeah, Scott Mayfield. Why was Scott Mayfield signed to a long-term deal?
And Pierre Engvall.
Yeah, Pierre Engvall. What? That.
And he was upset with the signing Bo Horvat to the contract he did. I'm like, you signed the contract.
Like, yeah, we gave up a little too much for Bo Horvat. It's like, dude,
you're the guy
you're the GM. You're the GM. I mean, he is getting a little up there, so maybe he doesn't.
Hey, if he ruins the Islanders, that's fine by me, personally.
The Devils and Islanders don't really have a moment that makes either team hate each other.
Because you guys were never really good at the same time.
But yeah, like when the Islanders are good, the Devils are bad. When the Devils are good, the Islanders are bad. Both teams made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
It was possible that the Devils and Islanders could have played in the second round last year.
Yeah. It was possible. But yeah, Islanders are just in a free fall right now. They're in their inconsistency wasteland.
They are literally Ilya Sorokin.
That's it. They have nothing else.
They're the opposite of the Devils. The Devils have everything but goaltending. The Islanders have nothing but goaltending.
And the Rangers have both. Have everything. Though not last night. But has Juan Soto been traded yet?
No, I haven't gotten the notification.
Nope, I don't think so. This is kind of going how I expected it to go. To be perfectly honest.
Going so slow.
Yep. Oh my no! You know what this reminded me of? Oh, this is when Erik Karlsson was traded to the Lightning.
Wait, what? Erik Karlsson was traded to the Lightning?
Or there was heavily rumored. And then it's just like nothing happened.
I forgot about the Erik Karlsson trade saga.
Yeah, when he got
or the first Erik Karlsson trade saga.
Yeah.
When he got traded from Ottawa to San Jose.
Yeah, I just remember like he got traded to Tampa for a second, there was heavily rumored, and then it's and then nothing was ever reported about it ever again. This is what vibes getting me. This is what vibes they're getting me for the Juan Soto trade, or like the Rub.
It's the fact that Jack Curry is talking about it is what's really making me hopeful that it's more likely than not, way more likely than not that it's happening. Everyone's saying oh, it's medicals.
Again, it would be super funny if that's what causes it to go down, the fall through. The longer that this goes on, the more doubtful you should be.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the Mets are making depth signings and not much big names yet, if at all. I think their priority is definitely pitching, and maybe getting an outfielder who's not Juan Soto. So I got 6 minutes for something to happen. Though I don't think anything's gonna happen.
I don't think we could probably call it here, right?
Unless something happens. No, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Giants are wearing their. Are they wearing their classic jerseys this on Monday night?
I don't know.
I mean, the Tom Grossi view is going to be legendary if they lose to the Giants.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Tom Grossi. The Tom Grossi is not that entertaining to watch when he's malding. 5 points is a funny malder. Tree.
Perna.
Yeah, Brandon Perna. Dude, Brandon Perna's worst NFL game.
It's just perpetually like.
It's like one of my favorite YouTube series of all time.
Like running gag. You're gonna test the limit of like YouTube's title, like a character.
Yeah.
Characters. The character like limit.
Yeah. All right. I'll say since I think that will do it for us for today. And that'll do it for us this semester.
Kind of underwhelming. Just to keep talking about and Soto, but
I mean, well, we were just covering a developing story.
Yeah. Plus, we have a lot of stuff to, like do this week in terms of, like projects and finals. So
yeah,
that's a bit stressful.
Yeah. It's a stressful week for all of us, but I wish everybody the best of luck. Hope you do well on your finals.
We will have great things planned for next semester for our show.
Absolutely. Anyways, from Luke Dolan, I am Cameron Woolley. This has been Ball Knowers.
Take care, everyone.
Signing off.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, too. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Yes.